Hi, welcome to the Personal History Hub. In this medicine video, we're going to be looking at our first key individual of the Renaissance period, and it's Andreas Vesalius. So, who actually was Andreas Vesalius? He was born in 1514, that's a picture of him there, and he died in 1564. So, in 1543, Vesalius wrote the first major book about anatomy, called The Fabric of the Human Body. It contained 277 illustrations, so drawings, detailed drawings, showing the human body in greater detail than ever before. Doctors had believed that Galen had given a full correct description of anatomy of the body, so his ideas had gone unchallenged for hundreds of years. As a result, there was no improvement in the knowledge of anatomy until Vesalius came along. So, what did Vesalius actually discover? Vesalius respected Galen's work, but proved that Galen was sometimes wrong by showing that the human jawbone is made from one bone, not two, as Galen said. The breastbone has 3 parts, not 7, as Galen had said. And that blood does not flow into the heart through invisible holes in the septum. Such holes do not exist. Vesalius's book contained illustrations showing the human body in more detail than had ever been done before, and the book was used to train doctors in England. So this is the front cover of the book. Vesalius is shown in the middle, dissecting a body himself. In the Middle Ages, doctors had sat and read aloud from Galen, whilst demonstrators did dissections rather than doing it themselves. Students crowd around the body so that can see what Vesalius is doing, rather than just listening to Galen's book being read out. Galen and other Greek doctors are shown at the same level as Vesalius, not higher up as if they were more important. So how did he do it? So let's link this to our factors of change. So we'll start with science and technology. Vesalius made great use of printing. As we discussed in the previous video, the printing press was discovered in the 1450s. He chose the best printer and supervised the printing process himself. Vesalius used the drawings of many artists in Italy to illustrate his book. Without printing, his work would not have had such an impact. Individual genius. Vesalius was inventive and determined. Vesalius once stole the body of a criminal from the gallows to dissect. Vesalius believed that the dissection of human bodies was necessary if doctors were to find out how bodies worked. And then finally, attitude seeking improvement. Vesalius believed that it was important to ask questions and challenge ideas. So what impact did his work have? Let's have a look at the positive impacts first. Vesalius's insistence on inquiry began to change attitudes and encourage others to follow his example. Doctors realised that there was more to be learned and that Galen had not discovered everything or got everything right. Accurate knowledge of anatomy was vital for the building up of medical knowledge and paving the way for better treatments later. And his book spread knowledge, and his attitude showed others the way forward. However, Vesalius's work had little immediate impact within his lifetime. Many doctors refused to accept that Galen could be wrong, and some people even argued that Galen had not been wrong, but that the human body had changed since Galen's time. Nobody was actually healthier as a result of Vesalius's work. The people did not see the immediate benefit of his discoveries. After all, knowing about anatomy does not necessarily save lives. His work was just a start. A bigger understanding about disease and infection and further discoveries were needed before the improved knowledge of anatomy, as discovered by Vesalius, would be useful. Don't forget to subscribe to the Personal History Hub, and our next video will be about Harvey.